Helmikuussa 2017 hyökkäjät ympäröivät Raymond Kohn ajaman auton ja pakottivat hänet pysähtymään. Tapahtuneesta saadulla videolla hyökkäys vaikuttaa ammattimaiselta. Raymond kidnapattiin. Hänestä ei ole kuultu sen koommin. Raymond on erään malesialaisen seurakunnan pappi. Hän ei ollut mukana missään laittomassa tai muutoin epäsopuisassa toiminnassa. Rauhanomaisuudestaan huolimatta hän ja hänen vaimonsa saivat tappouhkauksia ääriajattelijoilta. Heille kerrottiin, ettei Malesia ole kristittyjen paikka. Raymondin vaimo Susanna kertoo tapahtuneesta ja sitä seuranneesta ajasta David Curryn haastattelemana.
So let's talk about, first of all, what happened that day. How did you find out that your husband had been abducted?
I received a lot of missed calls because I had placed my phone somewhere else. So when I saw those calls, I quickly responded and found out that my husband had missed some very important meetings, which was not his usual self. He is very punctual and very committed and consistent. So that raised a panic in me, and I called my friend who was a lawyer, and he told me to make a missing person report in the police station, which I did late in the night.
And then what happened? How did the investigation take off? Because from my perspective, and I know a bit about this case, Open Doors is very concerned about religious liberty around the world for Christians and for everyone, that everybody would have the right to choose their own faith and practice their faith privately and peacefully. But from what I can see from my expert viewpoint, the investigation has been insufficient or slow. I'm not asking you to comment on that. But tell me then, how did the investigation for your missing husband, how did that evolve from that day forward?
There were different things that they tried to do, but one thing that they did was to question me for 5 hours on that night that I reported about Raymond being missing, and that was very traumatic because I was already very traumatized with the fact that my husband was abducted, and the subsequent days too, they continued to question me, and by the strength of the Holy Spirit, I was able to exert my right to emphasize that their job is to look for my husband and not to spend time questioning me.
What sort of questions would they be asking you?
They were asking about my husband's activities, basically.
What about the activities within his church?
Basically, my husband and I, we started a social organization, and we worked among the poor, the needy, like people affected with HIV/AIDS, and single mothers. So he was reaching out to people of all races, all religion.
So his love, inspired by God, his love of people to serve those dying, those in pain, just as a public service, all of a sudden became a problem in this investigation. They're asking you questions about that. In a sense, from my perspective, it's like they're blaming the victim here in this process. And that's, in my view, woefully insufficient. So how has your family dealt with the trauma of this? I mean, both in a spiritual sense, but also how are you doing in all of this process?
It's been a long and difficult journey. There were times when we are down, because of the uncertainty. We don't know where he is, who has taken him, and how he is, but we are thankful for the support of the church, the local churches and Christians, also all over the world, and for their prayers.
But how in your view can we most effectively serve the case of Pastor Raymond?
I think the most important is prayer, and the effective prayer of a righteous man availeth much, and God will listen to our prayers. And secondly is to put on social media, the story of Pastor Raymond, because this will keep the memory of him alive. Yeah. It's very, very effective.
And we have stories available for those who are watching and listening. The story, the video. We want people to post this. Don't let it go away. Keep it out there. Let's keep talking about it until he's released and we find out what's truly happened.
Amen.
Thank you, Susanna, for coming. So appreciate it.